Howdy, Possum Patty and the Soggy Bottom Bunch here. Hot cup of cocoa, waiting for some whipped cream. Yepers. Well, I did come in earlier and did a little work on the love journal, my little love bug. And I don't know why I keep calling it the love bug. Oh, because it reminded me of a Volkswagen at first, and the little love bug Volkswagen. And yeah, but the more I looked at it, I was like, that's not a Volkswagen. That's got to be a pickup truck. I guess it could be anything you want it to be. And I guess if you have a truck, you can name your truck the Love Bug, right? Anyway, I worked on that a little bit, not sewn together yet, but I've got some ideas going there. I want to share that with you, yes. And it is Messy Monday, so I thought I would have a little bit of a play. Yes, I have a little bit of an experiment I want to do. I'm thinking of something. Yeah, I know it's another journal thing going on, but that's okay. I just want to have a play for a couple of days. And, if it turns into something, we'll see. We'll see. We're going to start with an experiment, yes, because it's Messy Monday. And what else? Oh, yeah, Red's back there waving a $5 bill, but he said, tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the 5th day of savings, $1 a day, so 5 days. So he's got a $5 bill. He said for tomorrow. He's back there hanging out with the ladies. Yes, he is. He grabbed himself a chair. Oh, because Maggie's up here working on her journals. He grabbed himself Maggie's chair, yeah, right between the other two fairies. I think he'll come back up to the desk tomorrow, yeah, to do his business. Yes, he will. He's just enjoying himself back there for now. And what else? I know I skipped a couple of days of doing business, but that's okay. Everybody needs a little relaxing time every once in a while. So we're back to business today. And the other thing was, yes, I'm doing shout outs for channels that I subscribed to, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago. And they subscribed to me. And maybe I've lost touch with them and I'm checking them out to see if they're still making videos or if they're still around. And I've done a few already. And today's channel is Gina Loves to Craft. I wrote it down. Gina Loves to Craft. Yes. And she's still making videos, even though I'm sorry, I haven't watched any in a long time, but I'm going to hop over there and watch a few. Yes. Haul videos, unboxing videos, crafting videos, miscellaneous videos. Yes. She's been making videos for quite a while. Yes. And she's still making them. That's good. Yes. Got to get my whipped cream on there before it gets too cold. I keep stirring it, right? So I would like, if you can, no pressure, hop over to Gina Loves to Craft. I want to make sure I get it right. Gina Loves to Craft. Yes. I'll put the link below. Tell her Possum Patty sent you. And then I'm giving her a shout out. Yes. And then I'll be by to watch some videos. Well, I already started watching one. I just have to go back and finish it. Yes, I'm just taking a break. Looking for a clean napkin. The other ones all have paint on them. Okay, so bookkeeping is tomorrow. Shout out. Gina Loves to Craft. Experimenting today. Yeah, I think that about covers everything. So, yeah, let's get on with it. So, get yourself a nice hot chocolate with whipped cream. Or a cold beverage. Yes. Pull up a chair, relax, or work on a project. And come on along. Well, let's look at the love bug. I know the name is going to stick. Journal first. I did a little bit more sanding, and you can see that just a little hint of purple sparkle coming through in a few places, right? A little bit over there. I love that. Yes, just a little hint of sparkle coming through my rusty old jalopy. And I glued it to the burlap, and I frayed the ends like I said I was going to do. Now, I said I was going to make the cover out of the package that the Tim Holtz paper came in. I've got it all pieced together, but that's okay. Go back to square one here. So this is just a little bit of cardstock that the paper was tucked in here. Tim Holtz, an eclectic collection of printed memorabilia papers. So I said I might put some cotton batting and definitely some fabric on here. So I cut one piece of cotton batting to fit all across the outside like that. Okay, where's my glue stick? And I am going to sew it. I'm just going to tack it down for now. And one piece of fabric. Get it going the right way. Okay, got to go this way. And I'm going to put the salvage edge exposed because I want to see the words. Yes, I want to see those words right up to that edge. Now, originally I thought I would bend it over, but I kind of like this panel here. It shows pictures of the paper. Yes, so I think I'm going to put the fabric way back here and not cover that up. Now, if I want to move this or something, it'll come off. Yeah, the glue stick, it'll come off because I just put a little bit on there, like a tack. Right up to the edge. Okay, so this is going to be the outside. And this is going to be on the spine, but I'm not ready to put that on there yet. That'll go on there after. I did decide that I would fold this in over here. But first, before that goes, I'm going to get some batting on the inside. And this is just cotton batting, very soft, not under the flap, just across over here. And then on top of that, it's going to go the pink velvet, very vintagey. But the velvet's going to go under the flap. Yes, the velvet's going to go under the flap. And this is going to go down here. There. Okay, now it is my idea to sew it. Well, I'm going to open it up. Sew it all around the edge like this. I'm going to do this on the machine. Sew it around like that. Then I'm going to sew this. Now I can do it two ways. I can do it so this is just a little tuck like this, or I can make it a deep pocket. I'm folding in a half, so if I have this signatures are going to be here. That doesn't leave me much room to get things into there. That's why I was thinking about, I could cut it right across there and then sew it on three sides. And then I think it'll be easier to get things in and out. Oh, but I can't do that because I got that there. Okay, so, ooh, now this is a challenge. Maybe I'll cut a piece of this to go all the way across here and then do just a little bit of a diagonal cut there so that the pink velvet is behind it. Will it be too hard to stick things in and out with that velvet? No, it shouldn't be, right? They should go in and out. Okay. Feels pretty smooth. It's always a good idea, yeah, to talk out your ideas and, get feedback from you all, right? So what do you think? Yes, I'm going to recut this. I got a lot of it. I'm going to cut another piece that goes all the way across. Cut that on a diagonal, and then that'll fold over, and this will be all the way across. And then I'll sew everything here, and then I'll sew this down from like there, and be just a little tuck to put some things in. And this will be on the spine, and this will be on the cover, like that. I just love the size of this. It's just the size of my hand. It's going to be a really fun journal to work in. So there's my ideas on this. Now I have to work some more on it. That's okay. It's coming along. Coming along. I got these clips here. This is a little too perfect, these fringy bits. Gotta mess them up a little bit. I want the fringe on top of the doily there, yeah. And I could put something on the back, but I don't have to really, because I've got the doilies showing, and I've got these words, and I want to see some of the fabric. So yeah, I think that'll be it for the back. This will be it for the front, and we're going to rework the inside with the pink velvet. Okay, that'll be for tomorrow. That'll be for tomorrow. Okay, that is underway. Oh, and my vintage sewing journal. Yeah, I have a bunch of slow stitching I want to do on here. I haven't gotten around to it yet. No, it is ready to go. But I am making progress on a lot of different things all at one time. Okay, so here we have a journal that I diamond painted, a few years ago, yes. And I love it. It's gorgeous. I love all these special shaped drills and the clear sparkly ones. And then I sealed it, and I seal it with Eileen's clear gel tacky glue. Now, I did this with my owl journal, and I know I showed you this the other day. I'm walking away, but I'll be back. I'll be back. I'm coming back. Now, I sealed the owl, and it came out perfectly. On this one, I just got too heavy with the glue. This one, I brushed it down in between the gems. And on this one, where it's flat against the journal, it's great. But there's places, especially around the edge, I can see like all in here and up here, even up here, I didn't brush it down well enough, and it's just way too thick, way too thick. Too heavy with it. If I had kept it like this, it would have been fine, but it's kind of chipping off a little bit. So I figured that this would be a great journal to experiment in. Yes, I'm going to experiment in this one. I can't ruin it any more than I already did. See, it's peeling here. Okay, enough about that. What I want to experiment with is watercolors, which I have over here. And I'm thinking about putting watercolor on the background of the page. And I am hoping that it gets all wrinkly and crinkly. Yes, because it's very thin paper. And I am starting here because the first page is thick. The first page is rather thick. And I'll put a title here, or do a collage, or put a table of contents, something. I don't know. I'll do something else on that page. So I'm going to start with this page, and I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm hoping that when it dries, it gets crinkly. And then I'm going to do some fun journaling on top of it. And yes, I want to do some sketching. Maggie Rose showed us her sketch yesterday of the little bird, and I was like, oh, I want to do some sketching too. Probably going to keep the colors light because I want to journal on top of them. But I am going to wet the page. And then just drop some colors in. Some green here. Really doesn't matter too much what the colors are. Although the first couple of pages, gonna be winter. Yeah. We'll put some blues in there. And I'm gonna sketch on top. Okay, do you ever experiment with watercolors on paper not meant for watercolors? Yes, I put a little piece of cereal box back there so I can only do one page at a time. All right, it's getting nice and wrinkly over there. Okay, now, if I dry it with the heat gun, what will happen? It's actually not as crinkly as I thought it would be. I thought it would be much more crinklier. Much more crinklier, yes. But I've seen people do a whole journal like this. Okay, you can see better from the side, yes. See how it's wrinkled? I've seen people do a whole journal like this, and the whole journal just gets so fluffy. Yes, it gets so fluffy and crinkly. Okay. That was the first step. See, sometimes I start these projects and I don't stick with them, no. So if you look at this, this is spring 2023. An early morning walk is a blessing for the whole day, Thoreau. I think I had in mind that I would take a walk and then sketch something that I come across in nature. The sitting people, those are stones. Blueberry buds here. Forsythia and fiddleheads. Oh, there's the mourning dove singing her song. And an azure butterfly and muscari must have been blooming on April 24th. The azure butterfly reflects the blue of the spring sky above and the muscari below. I guess I was being very poetic. It was a magical musical morning with golden bells and fiddleheads. Oh, I get it. It was a magical musical morning because the forsythia is called golden bells, and the ferns, when they come up out of the ground, are called fiddleheads. Oh, that was quite clever. Sometimes I amaze myself. Sitting people greet the morning sun. The buzz of the bumblebee makes the blueberry blossoms blush. Oh, the buzz of the bumblebee makes the blueberry blossoms blush. That's alliteration. Put a lot of detail on that, didn't I? Okay. Yeah, so, and this was going to be like a walk outside every day, not necessarily in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, because this time of year it's cold in the morning and cold in the afternoon. And do a simple sketch. I'm thinking back on this one again. These sketches have a lot of details to them. And I was trying to think up something very important to say, very poetic. And then I stopped, yeah. Maybe it was just too much of a challenge all at one time. So I want this one to be simpler and easier and see if I can stick with it, yes. So I want a pen. I am sort of running out of black ink. but I do have some other pens I want to use up. So this will be experimental and using up art supplies. What do I have over here? I have gel pens. I don't want to do red though. Purple. This is a Dollar Tree fine liner. Yeah, zebra. Oh, these are inexpensive ones. I think these are Temu. 0.3. That might be okay too. Oh, here's a pink one. Microns are my favorite. This is a very thin one and an 05. Doesn't matter. We're just going to use up art supply. We're experimenting in a journal that has been sitting here for a few years and using up art supplies. So the first day that I took a walk was, now I have to think about that, was Friday. Yes, it was Friday. What was the date on Friday? Look at the long shadows. The very first walk that I took was on Friday. That was February 21st. It was cold. It was windy. It was icy, snow on the ground. I only walked up and down the driveway. Even the dirt road had ice on it. Yes, it was frozen. And I walked up and down for about 15 minutes. And I'm looking around and I'm thinking, well, what nature can I find? And a branch had fallen into the snow, so I picked a part of it and brought it in. Now I'm thinking that this is a birch tree twig, and these are male catkins, if I'm right. If not, you can correct me. And these are leaf buds down here. And I thought I would do a quick sketch, and not a sketch like I was doing in this book. Okay. Not something where, I'm putting in shadows and I'm trying to get everything exactly right and I'm using a pencil and I'm adding color. No, not like that. A quick sketch, and I haven't done this in a long time, with a pen. Yes, with a pen. You can't fix the mistakes. I know. You can't fix the mistakes. You just do a quick sketch. A quick sketch. And then journal about it. What size was this? 0.3. I wonder if I have brown. This might work. Okay. When it comes to sketching, there's two things you have to remember to do. Yes. Number one is just putting in the miles, pencil miles, pen miles. And by miles, I mean, lines, measuring that line. Do a mile, do 2 miles, do 3 miles. That means just keep sketching and sketching and sketching. Sketch every day, yes. And the second thing is seeing, yes, looking. Spend more time looking than drawing. What do you actually see? Because our minds work in a strange way. Yes, we have this little icon, like a computer icon in our brain, right? And somebody says tree, and right away, we want to draw a tree like that. And trees don't look like that. No, they don't. And we have an icon for cat, and we have an icon for dog, and we have an icon for flower and horse and all those things. But when we're looking at the actual thing, yes, you have to push that icon aside, right? Push it aside and actually see what is in front of you. Now, what I see here is that the buds are not opposite each other. They're alternate, okay? There's a bud on this side and a bud on that side. And if you look up the twig, you can see, right? Bud over there, bud over there, bud over there, bud over there. And then it goes to catkins, okay? Okay, now this might be hard to see, but where the buds are, there's like a little part of the twig kind of comes out. So I'm going to hold it one way. Hopefully I can hold it so I can draw the buds alternate like that. And I'm going to start up here, and I'm just going to sketch in this shape. I'm going to come back and put some details on it after. And then the other one, there's like a little ring there. And then the other one comes out like this. Okay. And then this comes down. And then that goes out like that. And the twig is kind of like this. Now this is hard because this one goes under. Goes under. So there's the two on the edge, one up there. See, these are opposite each other, the ones on the end, but the next two are not opposite each other. Okay. And it goes this way. I'll make the little spiky things in a minute. And then it comes down. This is pretty thin, actually. And then I see a little ridge there. And then that one comes up like that. Okay, that looks good to me. I'll come back in a minute. And it's pretty thin. And it comes down about that far. And then see that the twigs sort of comes out a little bit right here. See where this bud is, and then there's like a little shell, and then like a point like that. And this part is a little darker. And then comes back like this again. And then it comes out again on this side. And there's a darker shell. And then the point. And the hard bits of the bud, that protects the leaf from drying out over the winter time. And then it comes down like this. And then we get another hard shell. And then a pointy bit like that. And it's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. All right. So we'll come back to that in a minute. We'll go back up here. Kind of looks like a pineapple. Kind of looks like a pineapple. It's a Fibonacci thing, yeah. It's a Fibonacci thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is, do you know about Fibonacci numbers? They're all over nature, yes. So this is the easiest thing. Just put swirls in one direction and then up the other way. It almost looks pretty good just the way it is, right? Okay, this one could be a little thinner. And then we're just going to make the edges poke out a little bit. Like that. There's little holes, little tiny holes in the bark. You can put little dots if you want. When the warm weather comes, these will open up and there'll be pollen on the inside to fertilize the female part of the tree. Oh, it feels so good to be sketching. I used to do this all the time, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a different color. This might work. And you want to put the date. As you can see, I wrote all over the page. And if you're not sure what to write on a page like this, yeah, take some notes here, right? Your first thing is your metadata. And you have the date, February 21st, 2025. It was afternoon, or you can put the exact time. The weather, it was sunny, it was windy, it was cold, right? So where are you? Where are you? Well, I was walking up and down the driveway, yes, but as I looked out and I looked around, I wrote down that the yard was covered with ice and snow, so there was no walking there, so I had to stay on the driveway. What happened? Well, I found a branch lying in the snow, and I picked it up and I, took a little part and I brought it in. Ask a question, like, what tree is this branch from? So then I asked a question. I was like, are these male birch tree catkins, right? That's kind of what it looked like to me. I'm not 100%, so I put a question mark. So I don't know about that, but what do I know? I know what I can see here, and I wrote this down. I noticed that the end catkins, right, are opposite each other, and that the others are alternate, just like the leaf buds. And then, what does it remind you of, or what kind of connection can you make to something else? So if you make connections, you're more likely to remember things, right? So as I was drawing these, I said, oh, it reminds me of a pineapple. So I wrote, pointy pattern reminds me of pineapples. Then I was like, are these in a Fibonacci pattern, which means the number of spirals in one direction is a certain ratio to the spirals in the other direction? I was like, possible Fibonacci. I'm going to write here. Possible, anything is possible, right? possible Fibonacci number. Possible Fibonacci number, yes, okay. And if I can think of anything else, I have a tiny little space, maybe there, maybe there. But that's it, yes. This is what I want to do, hopefully. We'll see how long it lasts. I hope I continue with this a little longer than I did with this, which was 3 days. I can even go through here and paint a couple pages ahead of time and have them ready. And then all I have to do is sketch and take a couple of notes. So there we have it, day 1. Spring comes to Soggy Bottom. Just a little bit of nature journaling. Yes, a little bit of nature journaling. It's not hard. No, it's not hard at all. Just a little bit of sketching and taking some notes. Yes. Hopefully I'll get some more pages done because I really enjoy doing this. Yes, I do. Well, thanks for coming along today, and happy junk journaling and happy nature journaling. Bye-bye. In the last episode of Cat Country, we found out what was going on over at the Cat College, but there's more. We're going to have a lot of student cats, said Scholar Cat. Perhaps the people could work in the kitchens and produce meals for the students who come from away. No, said Hairy Cat, surprisingly firmly. Our students must do everything for themselves. It's no good having thinking cats who don't know how other cats think and work. We've seen what happens when you have that situation, and it's crazy. But how can you think and work at the same time? Objected Scholar Cat. That's what we've got to learn to do, said Hairy Cat, and all of us, not just Scholar Cats. So in the cat colleges, the students asked the question, why, and at the same time, did the work in the colleges. They cooked and scrubbed and mowed the lawns, and they went on asking the question why. They often asked the people things too, because if they didn't find out what people were like, then how could they possibly find out why they went wrong? At first, that was what all the thinking cats thought about, why the people had gone wrong. And then they taught the student cats what they knew and sent them out all over the country to tell the kids so that the kids would know why and wouldn't make the same mistakes all over again. It took a long time, of course, but the student cats wanted to make the country into a better place, so they listened and talked and listened and asked and listened and then went away to tell the others. It's fair, they said. What's fair? Asked the cat kids in school who had come to ask the question, why? That everyone works for everyone else and no one gets any more than anyone else. Then there's always enough. What happens when someone works more than someone else? Asked one of the kid cats. Harry Cat didn't know the answer to that one, so he went back to College Cat and asked him. What happens when someone works more than someone else? He said. He still gets the same as everyone else? Is that fair? College Cat asked Professor Cat exactly the same question. That's an interesting question, said Professor Cat. I'll have to consult my colleagues on that one.